Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. It is being recorded. I've had probably six folks, say, "Hey, hope you're recording it." So we'll send this out, everyone, to everyone that's even on it, because you may need to watch it again. But we'll certainly share it with everyone else. So this is Vince. He is the right founder and owner of Listings to Leads.
Yeah,
So
partner. Yeah.
yeah, so we're super excited to be able to have him on personally to kind of walk us through this. So Vince, we've done this before, but we've been on a push lately, to kind of use the tool and use the
Yeah.
the PDFs, the guides and things, even in an outside, as an outside tool. So we've been kind of pushing that. So we had a session yesterday about blogging, and Roger, who's on the call, led that class and went into listings and leads and grabbed the seller's guide and
Yeah.
stuck it in a blog. And so we're so we've been talking about it a lot more. So so if you can kind of do your thing and just show us the logistics of it, and certainly any tips and tricks that that you have, as that will help us. So, but I'll let you take it.
Okay. Let me share my screen and let's see what we can do. Let's... Well, okay. Well, good morning, everybody. If I sound wobbly, it's because it's like 8 a.m. here and I'm on my first cup of coffee. But yeah, so you guys have been using listings to leads for a while. I'm glad we get a chance to talk. It's the beginning of the year, but also we pushed a couple of new things, and I definitely want to make sure you see them. And also to give you some examples, it's great that you were talking about the PDF guides. I'm a big fan of them because there's so many ways to use them. But there's also some other kind of big things that I want to make sure that you're aware of so you're comfortable with them so that you use them. And the one is I'm going to talk about Facebook and its ability to get leads for you. We won't spend a lot of time there, but I want to give you a couple of examples because we added something new to that just last week. And the other is how to get listings, our number one way to get listings. So I'm going to point this out. So my marketing team sends us stuff on Monday, and Scott and I look at it. And this is what's going out, I think this week, or maybe it went out yesterday. And just to explain it, if you miss this message, I want you to understand it. It's that this lady ran an ad on a sold property for, I think, $35, and she has 16 seller leads with name, email, and phone number for $3.13 each. So the 313 is what Facebook is charging per lead. So if they're charging 313, you divide that into 35 and you land right around 16. That's what's going on there. I'll show you how to do this in a little bit. And here, so this is for buyers. This lady from Kershaw Realty ran an ad for $35 for a home that's for sale. Okay. And it was a just listed property. So the home had just hit her system automatically, and she went in and clicked a button and boom, runs this ad and gets 35 leads with name, email, and phone number. This is, you may know that about us and you may not know that. But the reason why I say this is because I talk to so many people who they're really kind of stuck on the Zillow model where you pay a company $500 a month and you get maybe 4 or 5 leads. And there's always some questions about the value of those leads, but that's not what we're about, right? We're definitely a low cost software solution, and we can help you run ads with just a couple clicks and get a lot of results for just a few dollars, right? So one thing that's new, and I definitely recommend that you log in and check this out, it's our dashboard. This will be the new dashboard when you log in, and I think you're logging in, you're seeing it now. You'll see your listings here. You'll see your most recent leads here. We're always focused on a couple of PDF guides. So if you want to get out there and use them, you can scroll through here. You can get a short form video. You can do a social media post. You can run an ad, or you can get the flyer for your database or print flyer. So we'll always have a focus there. And we'll always have our webinar that's kind of coming up. And this is cool too. And I think I definitely, um, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is the leads and where they're coming from, right? And if you're measuring your business in terms of, I want to close number of transactions this year, you're going to have to start looking at your pipeline and your leads and where your leads coming from. And this is going to be a good view. And I'm going to segue a little bit into a little bit of the future of where we're going this year. And you're going to see it this quarter, but we are looking at our leads and our follow-ups. You may not know this about our follow-ups. Follow-ups are another word for drip campaigns. And I know you've got your own CRMs, but our follow-ups are like a drip campaign that would be in a CRM. These are really for clients who, one, don't have a CRM, or two, have a CRM and forgot to set it up because it's so complicated. And here, you just click a couple buttons and you turn it on. And what I want to say about these drip campaigns is they literally are helping our clients close transactions. So Wayne, you had mentioned that, we're learning how to use PDF guides. And I would definitely recommend, if you're getting a seller lead, that you print a PDF guide and you drop it off once a week until they're ready to talk to you, right? You leave your business card, you put it in an envelope, you're bringing value to them. Well, these will deliver them automatically via email. It's just part of our drip campaign. So it engages those people. And you can also see your leads here. And what's going to happen here in the future is we're going to make the leads page more robust in one small part of what a CRM does. Now, I'm the sales leader for our company, right? I talk to everybody, and so for me, I get leads. I have to talk to them, and ideally, they want to do a transaction quickly, but I might have to drip on them for a while. That's what this page is going to turn into, is a workstation for you to send messages, send text, make phone calls, track them, and also have some filters to know, like, what are my hottest seller leads? What are my hottest buyer leads? Who's opening the most? Things like that. And so this page is going to change to become like a pipeline for you, so that hey, where are my transactions going to be coming from? So that's a little bit of the future. Let's go back to this, which is, how are these people getting 67-cent leads for a just listed property, right? What did they do to do that? You may know that, but it's coming through our Facebook ad software. If you haven't connected, you absolutely come over here to the ads page. There will be a big button that says connect to Facebook. You click it. It's going to say, is this you, agent, on Facebook? It'll be a Facebook page. And the answer is yes. Like, yes, this is me. Once you click that button, the very next page is, what business pages do you want? And those would be your real estate business pages. Okay. So if that's connected, you won't have all these ads here, because I do this all day long. It'll be kind of a blank space with these two buttons. And I'm going to create a listing ad for a property that is just listed. So when it's just listed, you're going to know it's hit our system, because we're going to email you a bunch of tools, right? Like, hey, here's your single property website and this and that. If you leave it on the default settings, lead ads, click create ad, it's going to tell us, or it's going to tell you, okay, we're writing the ad. That's what the ad looks like. It's not going to say sponsored by Best Listings. It's going to be sponsored by your business page on Facebook. It's going to have the area. It's going to have a $35 budget, and boom, you can publish right there. And that's what that lady did here to get spend $35 and gets 52 leads, right? Just by clicking that green button. So that's how easy it is. And I really want to make sure you're aware of this, especially if you've got listings that you really want to sell and they're just sitting there a little too long, right? This is good. This is a way to do it. Also, if you've had to reduce the price because it sat a little bit too long, run an ad again and it will say price reduced. Click here to get the details. So that's a really good way. Now I want to go back and talk about the top of this, which is they got seller leads, and they did it by just sold marketing. So what does that mean? Well, if you change the status of your property to sold, same listing, it's sold. So you change it, it will say just sold. and you click this button and you create the ad. Now, I don't know, Wayne, in your MLS if you can do this, but I am going to speak to this while this is baking. Um, a lot of agents help a person buy a home. You're helping the buyer, right? So you're in contract at some point because they're going to buy this home. A lot of agents will pull that listing into their account even though it's not theirs, and once the property closes, they will start running sold ads as if they're the listing agent. And if you do that, well, just like this lady here, she's getting $3.13 leads. She ran a $50 ad, just like that, $50, 7 days, publish. And that went on a radius around the home, that, a 15-mile radius around that home. Now, she was the listing agent, and that really doesn't make much difference. Whether you're helping the buyer or the seller, you still have the opportunity to run that kind of ad. And when people click this, a window pops up. And that window says, would you like more information on this? Would you like your home value? And there are two options. One is an X to close the window, and the other says, yes, submit my info. And their info is automatically pulled up from the Facebook profile. So nobody is typing stuff in. It's just, there's their name, email, and phone number. And there's even a question, how soon do you need to sell, or how soon do you need to buy, depending on the kind of ad. So I just want to stress this. I'm sure, I hope you know about this, but if you don't, I want to make sure that you are aware that this is the best way. This is a very great way of getting buyer leads. I can't stress it enough. And then and seller leads, you get pretty good quality seller leads. But let's talk about that. Let's talk. Oh, no. Before I move, we have the ability. How do we do it? Let's see. Let's go back. Create ad. We have a new, we have the ability to create carousel ads. I don't know if you know what a carousel ad is. I'm going to see it. We just launched it yesterday, and I thought I knew how to do it. And when I looked, I didn't quite see it. So let's go see if we can find that. I'm waiting for my ads page to pull up. What a carousel ad is, it's on Facebook, and it has like, the ad looks like there's an image, but there's like a partial image, and there's a little arrow, and you can tell there are more images. So I think you could put like 5 images in there. And so let's see if I know how to do that. Create a listing ad, video views. Gosh darn it. I might have to create a video and create this somewhere else. Let's see. Oh yeah, click here. We should really add a button. So when you hover over this, it says you can upload up to 5 images to create a carousel ad. So when I do that, it's taking us to all the images for the home. So I'm going to click a few. And insert. So I really think that should be better. But you see on the ad now over on the right, I've got more images. And the person looking at the ad can get a better idea of the house. And maybe that's going to engage them. Carousel ads are really cool. We've just made it really, really easy. So if you want to do that, you do that by clicking change image. Now, I also want to say one more thing for those of you who are investing in videography. If you have a professional person going through a home with a camera, get the file, put it on your computer, and embed it in the same place. When we click change video, you can upload that video right here. And what that does is, instead of this carousel view or that static image, it's going to put the photograph right there, just rolling when people see it. I guarantee you, in the ADD world we live in, if you have a video running right there, people are going to stop and look at that. So if you're taking that time to invest and that money to invest, make sure you're uploading it on Facebook. You're going to get a lot better results and a lot lower cost. Facebook wants people to use video, so your cost per lead will drop. Let's go over to listings, and let's talk about the number one way of getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. And let's go look here. I'm going to go to a just listed. No, I'm going to go to a just sold property. So when you click on market listing in here, there's the nearby homeowner letter. Okay. There's a lot of tools, but number 6 down that list is nearby homeowner letter. And I'm going to download it here real quick and show it to you. This is a piece of paper. Okay. It's not an online ad. There's no algorithms and there's no artificial intelligence. It just says, hey, I just sold a home and you can go check it out right here. And that's going to affect your home value, and you can get your free home value right here. So this piece of paper is loaded with information and probably important to people who own homes in that area, right? Like it's on a street, it's in a city. So we have a new integration with a company called Express Copy. And you don't have to use Express Copy, but I'm going to show you the easy way to use this letter and the hard way. The easy way is get an account with Express Copy and then connect it. And then this button down here will say print and email or print and mail. So let me click print and mail and show you what they're going to do for you. Frankly, Scott and I have been very excited about this integration. This is not a financial kickback kind of integration. We're not getting a penny from this. We're making it easy for our clients to use our number one tool for getting listings. When I click on, and I was talking, there's something, you have to click get mail. Oh, I was talking before I told you what I was doing. I'm clicking the number one button up there. I can change it to a 1 or 2 mile radius, and it's only going to mail that letter to homeowners that own a single family home for more than 6 years. So they have equity. They live in a close to that home. And I click that green button and Express Copy will take that letter, print it, fold it, put it in 100 envelopes and mail it to people with 6 years equity or more. Okay. This is really an easy way to get that out. It does have a cost though, right? It's $185 to get out 100 pieces. So basically $1.85 per letter. Not bad if you have the budget. Not bad. I totally recommend that. Now, I hope you guys all know about the mastermind group, and you can get in there, and the support team can get you in there, and Wayne can get you invite there. And there's a magnifying glass here. And if you want listings, I would really recommend that you write down these 3 names. One is Pat Motley, one is Chris Winstead, and one is Dustin Fox, and watch what they are doing. Okay. They are always talking about this, but Pat recently in just fall, just before Christmas, posted this on our mastermind group. So this is where Scott and I talk about what's going on, what new technology is coming. It's also where our clients say, hey, I don't get this, or this is what I'm doing. Now, Pat here has been a client for about 10 years, and she's been in our mastermind group every year saying, oh, I did this and I got all kinds of listings. And this is what she said in September. She said, hey, I sold my home. So I got your nearby homeowner letter and I put a little bit of data about what went on within 1 mile of that house, right? Like 43 homes sold. Here's the high, here's the low. And I printed 100 of these, right? And she did something that I've never seen any other client do. She printed on the back of the same piece of paper. So it looks like an envelope, right? It's her address up there. It's even got that funny thing that looks like she hand stamped it for that street, but that was actually the printer. Then she trifolds it and she handwrites these envelopes. So this is the hard way, right? I showed you the easy way with Express Copy. Why in the world would Pat do that? Well, she tells us right here. She said, hey, I mailed 100 of these out when it was just listed, and I had 4 owners calling me for their home value. I asked her later on after this post a couple of weeks, I said, hey, how did this work? How did, what were the results from this batch of 100? She said, I have 3 more people calling me and 1 texting me. So from 1 home and 200 pieces of mail, she has 8 people who want to sell their home this year, right? And they are talking to her. They're not like, it's nothing else. Her name is Pat Motley, just like you spelled it, Kat. It's Pat Motley. Okay. And so she's in here throughout the year. You can certainly, I'm sure she'd be welcome to answering questions because there are a lot of questions. There are 35 comments here. Another person is, so that's the nearby homeowner letter. And that's what I'm trying to, make sure you take advantage of, because if you want listings in your business, I don't think in the entire industry there's a better tool. Certainly with us, that's our strongest tool. It doesn't generate, like I'm showing you over here, hey, 16 leads through Facebook. Like, you get great volume of leads on Facebook, but do they actually turn into business? Well, Pat's telling you, I've got 8 people. This guy here, Chris Winstead, I also want you to look at. He's saying, I got 5 listings in 3 months. How does he do that? He actually tells you right here. He says, I bought a list of homeowners. So this is before we even had the express copy thing. So then I bought a list of homeowners from Remine that have owned their homes for more than 5 years. And I send a letter like this to that list every 2 weeks. Now, Chris, in that post, had just moved to San Antonio, Texas. He was from another state with his wife and kids, and they wanted to be in San Antonio to be by her family so they could have, kids and all that stuff. And he had no name recognition, but he bought a nice home in a nice area. He's like, I want to own this neighborhood, right? So he borrows listings from the other agents in his office who have listings in that neighborhood, and he mails out a letter like this every 2 weeks. And he says right here, this is the recipe. When they opt in on the home valuation part, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. The letters left at the door, Wayne, are the PDF guides. He downloads them every week and drops them off, and he calls them and he texts them and he emails them, right? So that's how he's converting these high quality leads from that mailing. Now, he is doing a super cool video. That's like a quick, like, hey, here's synopsis of what's going on. And he's blasting that out as an ad in the area. So people are getting ads, they're seeing his name, and he's mailing them. That's ideally where he's trying to go here, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about that kind of concept. And I want to say this about Chris. When he posted this was that first summer of COVID. And I don't know about you guys, but we had lockdowns all over the country, and it was kind of freaking out the real estate market. He had moved from one state into Texas and becomes the leading listing agent in that office I think within 1 year. And a year later, he decides, I'm going to start my own office. And the very first thing he does is starts a YouTube channel and say, hey, here's how I'm customizing listings to leads to get a bunch of listings. Essentially, join my company and I'm going to teach you how to make money, right? So go follow him if you want to hear what he said. It's actually on YouTube and it's helpful. So that's the number one way of getting listings. I just want to make sure you understand the number one way of getting buyers, Facebook, and that's the number one way of getting high quality listing leads. Let's go over to the Get Started page. I think something is going to be here in the next couple days. So this is Get Started. It's the top tab. And I think the name of that is going to change. Hopefully it's going to change to training. And Wayne, I definitely want to make sure that you're aware. I will try to let everybody know, but just keep an eye there because Scott is about to begin a daily coaching call for all of our clients on very specific parts of the platform every day of the week in February. And I think this will go on, right? Assuming he can manage that. Scott's not great for like doing the same thing over, but he's motivated and we think that this will help. If you don't know that, I do training every week, and you can go to leadgenwebinars.com. I'll send it to everybody here. And you can join, and if you have it. So the third person, so there were the questions on that was Chris Winstead, who we were looking at. And I don't know what I just did.
I'm here in the streets of San Francisco to report.
Sorry, I clicked on a YouTube link. That's not what I was trying to do. Chris Winstead, Pat Motley, and the last one is Dustin Fox. Now, Dustin is a client. He's an agent like you guys, right? I sold Pearson Smith in Maryland. It's been quite a number of years now. When I sold that office, there were 300 agents. There are now 600 agents. He was a rookie. He had been doing 2 years. He had been a real estate agent for 2 years. And he's telling us here, hey, this is our #1 way of getting listings. We mail this out. And you should read it. You should read what he's saying. This guy now has his own book and is in like the top 5% of all agents in a 600 agent office. And he actually, if you look long enough in the mastermind group, you will find a recorded call with him where I'm doing like a training and we're talking about stuff. And he says, I want to do this call with you because I went from 5 to 20 million in 2 years, and 80% of my business is coming from your tools. The reason that's happening, people, is because he's using our tools. Many of you have access to our system and you might not be using anything here. And we're not going to help you grow your business. But if you do, we have a lot of stories, including all 3 of these people that I just mentioned just now, have all grown their business dramatically, enough to start their own offices. Dustin this year is launching a book on how to be in real estate. He's gotten so good that he's writing a book. I mean, and I guess the reason I know about this is we're being mentioned in it for helping his business. So anyway, our training is going to be right here. Check it out, leadgenwebinars.com. I sent you this link while I was yammering on here. I cover Facebook and Google ads, so I go in more depth. I cover get started. If you're new or if you've had our system and you have not really taken advantage of it, watch the get started. And then top tools for more listings, right? So we looked at the top tool. It's the nearby homeowner letter. There's a bunch of other tools. And you know what? That reminds me. Let me see if I can give you something. I don't. Wayne, if you would send me an email, I'm going to send you my worksheet for top tools for more listings. And it just names everything that you should be doing. And at least if you can give this to people, if they want more listings, those are the tools you got to use. Okay. Now we're talking about, this page here, which is where, I do it at 11 a.m. every Monday and Thursday, right? That's when my classes are Pacific. You might be busy. So we actually record everything that we do, and it's on our YouTube channel right here. So I'm going to send you a link to this right now, and I'm going to tell you what I tell a lot of people. So it's an interesting year this year. Like this Christmas for us at Listings to Leads was really quiet, a little more quiet than usual. But, we were like, maybe it's interest rates or who knows, whatever. But this year, people are calling me and they're very serious about their business. And I kind of feel like this might be the reason why. It's been a hard market. Interest rates are still up, and a lot of people are leaving the industry. And the people who are not leaving the industry are calling me because they want to grow their business. They're either a brokerage and they want more agents and they want to grow, or they're an agent who has survived and they're like, I need to get really going here. Every class I do and every class that Scott does, we record and it goes here. So that I gave you lead gen webinars. I said, watch Get Started. Well, here's Get Started right here, right? Here's top tools for more listings here. I think I did that yesterday. Here is Facebook and Google ads. And if you've never seen this page before, I'll tell you this. I usually have an email and I say, watch those 3 calls. But right now, this year, I've really said this, and the reason why I say it is because I know from us helping so many clients that if you know how to use our system and you are literally using it, and Wayne, I'm really grateful that you're really focused on getting your agents to take advantage of it, your business will grow if you know how to do this. And so I am now at this point telling our people that I talk to, it might be the first time I speak to them, I'm like, watch the top 10 videos on this page. Just watch them and you will know, inside and out what to do with our platform. And you will be able to figure out like, hey, you know what? There's not just one tool that I want to use. There's like 5 or 10 or maybe more tools that I'm going to consistently have in my business. If you can pull that off, people, I guarantee you your business will grow. You will have more buyers and sellers to talk to. And that's what you're going to want if you want your business to grow. You want to talk to more people. So you guys talked about PDF guides. Let me tell you one thing that I love about our PDF guides. And let's just go over there and look at this. Now, I think you guys know, and Wayne, your stuff it's picking up the branding from your company, right? From your office and flowing through, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. And that's as it should be. So mine don't look like yours, but yours will have your branding, right? And you can see that you can get a short form video script, right? You can run an ad on Facebook. You can, if you have Google, you can run an ad on Google. And then it says social media post, right? And that means that one by one, you could put these on your social media. There are other things you can do, but that's like what you can do to get it up on social media. But what I want to point out is our social content area. Now, if you've ever heard of Keeping Current Matters, they're a company that you can pay, I don't know, 50 or 60 a month, and they'll put content on your social media accounts for you. Well, that's a free part of our service. So if you are paying for that, I really recommend you look at this. When you come to this page the first time, it's going to say, please connect to your social media accounts. So you connect to your socials. Then it's going to say, how often do you want us to post? It could be one day a week or every day of the week, whatever you want. And then it's going to say, what topics do you want? There are 50 different real estate related topics here. Now, these topics, this is where we are very different from Keeping Current Matters. When I look at Keep Current Matters, it's like deep kind of industry heavy reading stuff. And I'm of the opinion that we live in an ADD world and people really don't read. I can barely read anymore. I mean, I read on the computer all the time, but can I sit there and look at something and go, what is this? No. We're scanning in seconds and making decisions. That's what the world's become. Right here on the top of this list, you can check that box and that box, and we will send those PDF guides to your social media accounts throughout the year on the days that you told us to do it. We'll also intersperse them with design concepts about your kitchen, about kids' rooms, about living rooms, right? These are they're beautiful photographs. And we did that because we know that people they stop and look at great photos. So if you click on the eyeball, which I really don't recommend unless you're one of those kinds of people that can't sleep, you'll see all the articles we've written, right? And you'll see all the things and you can go, oh, great, you can read them all. But no, I'm just saying, turn on the ones you like. I like garage spaces, right? Because I like to build things and stuff. So I have garage. I also like my outdoor areas. So you could turn on patios and gardening and hardscaping and cool stuff like that. There's even like real estate memes, like funny, weird things. I do recommend if you do turn this on, maybe turn off your Canadian holidays, unless you got clients up in Canada, you can turn that on. But it's got all kinds of easy content that's going to go to your socials. You don't have to touch it anymore. And I definitely think you want to take advantage of that. By all means, you want to just turn this on to get those PDF guides on your socials throughout the year. And let me tell you, let me click on one here. No, not that. Not that. I'm going to click on the eyeball. And don't forget, I'm not telling you to click on the eyeball, but I want you to see what's going to happen, right? So we auto post a picture. Safe home selling. This is safe home selling. So there's a PDF guide. You are on every page of every one of these guides. Okay. And when we post this to Instagram, we're always going to say, go to your bio. There's a link in the bio to download this. Right. And so it will say that, yeah, here. Right. And so when we do that, what does that mean? It means that, because you don't know this, if you use TikTok or if you use Instagram, when you're looking at those photos on your phone, there is no way to download something right on a post. But if you put something in your profile, and you may have heard of a company called Linktree, you can put hyperlinks in your profile and it will have things that you can download. It can actually take them off of Instagram and get them to a site that you want. And so we have something that we built called Link in Bio. And if you're using Instagram or TikTok, I highly recommend that you use this. You copy the link. Uh-oh, gateway timed out. That's a bad look. You copy the link and you put it in your what do you call it? Your profile on Instagram. Well, hopefully, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee and pray that this page pulls up. It is a page. Oh, it is a page that has your bio, your social media content. It has the PDF guides. It has all of your listings that are in your account on one page that you can access from, and all your PDF guides, right? So let's try this one more time. And I definitely recommend using it. I mean, it's just a powerhouse. To give you an idea of what that looks like, let's go over to listings. And oh, here, I think I opened. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Now it has this kind of vertical look because it's meant for smartphones. So it's got your info. You can follow you on Facebook or whatever. Here's something that's very cool. And Wayne, I don't know if you guys know about this, but we have a client review website for you, for each of you. And I'm going to click on it. And we got this cool little video. You scroll down, here are all your reviews. You keep scrolling down. There is a marketing plan. It's not talking about listings to leads, but it's talking about all the tools that we're creating to help you market a home. So it's almost like a light listing presentation, right? If you want, you can snap in a video, like maybe it's you saying how awesome you are, or maybe one of your clients, like this guy, has a video testimonial. You snap it in, it's here. Remember we were talking about the PDF guides, and Wayne, you guys just had a call. They are embedded in here automatically. And if somebody wants to download one, they can for free. They just need to give you their contact information and they can download it right here from Instagram or from TikTok. All of your listings are here. Okay, so if you have listings in your account, whether they're just listed or open house or sold, they're going to sit right here. Now, just in case you're not aware, when you click on any of those listings, we're going to bring them to the single property website. And there's all kinds of lead capture here for you too, right? So this is all just an environment, almost like an ecosystem of just constant lead generation, giving away information in exchange for your contact info, right? This is all on, let's remember what we're talking about here. This is all in the back of on the profile of Instagram. Here, so here we're back here. You can click on your listings just like we did on the other page. We can download the PDF guides. We can see some articles. Here are your, the best landing pages, just automatically sitting there designed to capture leads for you. It's called Link in Bio. If you're using Facebook and Instagram, it's on the social content page. Definitely turn on social content, get the PDF guides out there, but Link in Bio is right here, okay? That all reminds me of something. Well, we talked about, actually, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go over this. So one thing that is, we've had it for years, but we are making it more prevalent, and that's that client review website. So I showed it to you because it's built into a lot of tools. Let's see here. Okay, let's stop. Right here, it says client reviews. So let's go there and let's talk about that. So you've seen the website because we kind of blasted through that, right? This is the client review website. So you know that. So how do you get there? It's right here under client reviews. You can view the website here. You can even tell us to auto post it to your social media, but I want you to know how you should be using it. Up here, it says add reviews. You can import reviews from Zillow, Google, and Testimonial Tree. Just boop, just click the button and go through and just pull them all in, okay? You might have reviews on Facebook. So you can click manual here. You might have reviews on Yelp or some other cool website. Maybe it's on your website and we don't have an API to move it over. Just copy and paste them here, and then they will sit on that page, right? And this is why I want you to use this. This is the mobile thing. This is the page. So if you get a review from a client, and we go here, you can see I've got one here in January, you agents want to go to Facebook. And ideally, you're friends with your clients on Facebook. Okay. And you say, hey, Lucy, thanks for the review. Right. And you sugarcoat that. Right. Like, hey, it was wonderful to work with you. And I hope you love your house and your family's awesome. All that. You see what this looks like here? It's got its own graphic. And if you tag your client in it, because you're friends with them, all of their friends and family and colleagues on Facebook are going to see this. They're going to know that you were their realtor. Now, we talk ad nauseum about capturing leads, but do you like capturing online random internet leads, or do you like referrals? Because referrals come from your current clients, friends and family and colleagues. And with this tool, you're going to let all those people know that you were their realtor and that their friend is saying you're awesome, right? Because you wrote a review. So if getting reviews is part of your business, use them to grow your business, use them to get leads, go to our client review page over here and do that. There's some other stuff hidden, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. Oh, actually, I see it. So if you've got questions, please put it in here. Can you send the link to the mastermind group? Yeah, let me do that right now so I can just take a sip of coffee and do that. So I'm going to get that to everybody right now. And this link, it lasts for 48 hours. So if some people are watching this after the call, it will kind of disappear. It just won't function anymore. It'll just tell you that's expired or something like that. So I have the worst mouse, guys. So it's like ridiculous. I'll stop complaining here. This link that I am sending you right now, you can click on that and be invited directly into the group. We'll approve it. We'll see it. We'll approve it. And I definitely recommend getting in here. You're going to see everything that we're doing. And I actually recommend to everybody to just take 5 minutes out of your week and scan through what's in here, because you're going to see our other clients talking about what's going on. Here's somebody talking about, hey, here's my mailing system, right? So they've got their own kind of printer and mail. So you can kind of learn what people are doing, right? There's questions about QR codes and yeah, anyway, there's all kinds of stuff. So you can learn there. Just 5 minutes. That's all I'm really asking. I think it'll help you out. I want to take us over to the listings page because we've been hiding some new stuff in here that I want to make sure you are aware of. Click on listing presentation. There's a pre-listing packet. Okay, you can download it. You're branded. You're on every page of this thing. I really want all of you to go here and not at the company like Wayne. I don't want you to do this. I want each agent to do this because their branding, their picture, their contact info is on every page of this 27-page marketing plan. It's part of the listing presentation. Okay. And if you print it, agents, and you leave it on your desk, it will be a really awesome reminder of everything that's under the hood here. That way you can kind of like get more use out of the system. I think here when it says Facebook ads, let's go look at it. Yeah, so some of this stuff is free. I would definitely recommend that you use the free tools here, but we'll go through it. So here's a way to get that marketing plan out. If you want to say, hey, everybody, I've been in, you could change this. This is whatever we're saying here. You could say, hey, I've been a realtor in this town for 20 years. And here's some of the things I do. Check out my marketing that I do to sell homes, right? Social media posts. Well, that's a free version. The ad you have to kind of pay for. But here, we can, you can just post it now, right? And it's going to get that same deal out there. If you want to do it on Google, great. Short form video scripts, if you're into making videos and posting up to the socials. And also the e-flyer for your database. If you've got a CRM with hundreds or thousands of leads, whenever you see the words e-flyer for the database, whether it's a PDF guide or it's this marketing plan, definitely use it. Then there's postcards. There's just multiple ways of using this. Let's click over here on more tools. And there's actually one thing that I want you to look at, and that is the agent listing website. So we looked at the client review website, right? And it's really loading your reviews right up front, and then everything else is down below. Well, the agent listing website is very similar in architecture, but it leads with your listings. Okay, so the opening page is, hey, do you want my marketing plan? Give me your email list. Here's your listings, right? If I click in here, I'm going to go to your listings. I can see them and possibly become a lead over there. Here are the PDF guides, right? On the same page. So you know what that's about. And here are your reviews, right? So it's a different presentation of the same content, but it's leading with your listing. So if you want something, say, hey, go check out my listings. This is all designed to capture leads for every one of you. It is under more tools, right? And Wayne, just in case you didn't know, there's a monitor show. I don't know if you have like a monitor in your lobby where you're showing listings. This video has been created for years. It's just going to scroll through like a pan and zoom of the front images of every one of your listings, right? So if you need that, I don't know, some people like that kind of stuff. So it's just there. And I want to go to landing pages because I want to make sure everybody understands this one. So Wayne, what's the number one town where you guys are doing business?
Well, we're in 2 states, but we'll just go with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. I've never been to Cincinnati, and that's a tough answer. This is what because I'd have to spell Cincinnati. We're on the landing page section, and I haven't talked a lot about landing pages, but we have some really cool landing pages, right? And one is Property Valuation Plus is the landing page that gives an instant home value. If you're building, if you want more listings in Cincinnati, you got to create this. You got to click on Property Valuation Plus, and you got to click and you got to type in Cincinnati and create it. And it's going to create a generic landing page. Let's look at it. Let's click on Edit and Tools. It's going to have a picture of a coffee cup and a laptop. And when you want to think about this, you're going to be putting this out in places where people don't know you, and you're going to ask them for their address and their contact information. And I'm pretty sure you've been on the internet, and when you see that sort of thing, you don't cough that information up. So to kind of create trust, put a photograph of something that people are going to recognize in Cincinnati, right? Make that like not a new McMansion, but make that something like a restaurant or a college or whatever landmark it is. If it's maybe a neighborhood and there's a big entrance sign like this is the neighborhood, you don't want to lead with a house on that. You want something that's going to say to a person who doesn't know you, I know that area. So give me your address and give me your information, and let me help you. I also want to point out, for some of you, you might be thinking of FSBOs, or you might be approaching expireds, right? There's a lot of people tell you call expireds. And I'm pretty sure that if somebody has an expired listing, they're getting calls from hundreds of agents, right? You might say, hey, you know what? I've got an expired landing page that I can create in listings to leads, and I'm just going to mail this over to them, right? I'm just going to take that flyer and say, hey, why do you think your home didn't sell? They don't have to talk to you. They can just say, oh, curb appeal, whatever, right? Boom, get my free review to talk about what we can do to sell your home, right? Because, you can imagine if you worked with a realtor and you didn't sell the home, you don't want to call from 50 or 100 more agents. You probably still want to sell your home, right? So this just sort of opens up that dialogue. Similarly, you might go look on Craigslist, or you might go look on Zillow, or you might buy a list from some other great company of people selling their home, right? Or maybe you can even see this in your own MLS. And here's the thing about FSBOs. There's a strategy in real estate, I'm sure you know it already, to contact FSBOs. What's the problem here? And the reason is that on average, A FSBO will hand their listing to a realtor in 2 months, on average, here in the United States. So if you're the one giving them free marketing tools, like a virtual tour or flyer, right? Because they're not really marketing people, they just want to save money. Well, you can say you get this to them, email it to them. If you see them on Craigslist, say, hey, would you like some marketing tools? Like, I'm a realtor, I'm happy to get some pictures. You can send me the pictures and we'll put it in. And that's how you can start a discussion with FSBOs, right? And then lastly, I'll say, and then I'll open it up for questions. There's a section in the landing page area. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, there's QR codes, there's print marketing, there's all kinds of ways to get these landing pages out once you've created one, right? I get a lot of interesting calls from realtors. Like, they've got something unusual that they're doing. Like, one of those things is, I'm having a class for first-time home buyers. Create a custom landing page for buyers. We have them for sellers as well. And you can call it whatever you want to call it, first time, and you can just build it from there, right? You could say, maybe it's ranch homes, right? Maybe you focus, I don't think in Cincinnati, but maybe some of you focus on like horse properties, right? And you can create a landing page, and we drop you on this page. And I'm just going to show you this so that you get some ideas of what you can do with the platform. I'll give it a second for it to pull up. But you can create a landing page in a custom way to suit your business, and then you can run ads on it on Facebook. Or you can get our print flyer and mail that out, or you can get your e-flyer. So right here it says, click on lead form text to update this text. What is he talking about? Lead form text is over here, right? So just type in horse properties, right? Now, obviously, you're going to do this because you have some thoughts that you want to do, but you click save, and it's going to replace that stuff right there with whatever you type in, okay? And let's say that you've got a cool video. There's a section over here that says custom page content. There's a couple things that you can totally do here, right? And I'll give you a couple examples. A countdown counter. Now, I don't know about where you guys live, but a lot of our clients like to work with builders, new construction, right? And you know, right now, you know, builders will give an incentive. Maybe they'll buy down the mortgage rate, or maybe they'll put in an awesome kitchen or whatever, because they're trying to get those homes sold. So you can say, hey, you know what? These things are ending soon, but I'm going to get out there and I'm going to just show you real quickly, like, what happens when you put a calendar and you put a headline like that. It's taking a second to say, but you'll see it. You basically, these are like really powerful pages, and you know, we've made this not too complicated, but to give you enough information to get yourself in trouble. Let's see here. It should save at some point. Here we go. So you see this calculator, or not, this calendar over here, just flipping through. That will, you can change that to suit your needs, right? Another cool thing that probably more people do is they don't use the custom counter. They put in video. So let's say you've got some story. Maybe it's your neighborhood that you are really want to dominate, right? And you have a video of you walking through the neighborhood, like, hey, you know what? I've been a realtor forever, and this and that, and talk. Maybe it's your home kind of story of what's happening this year in real estate. You can you can just paste in a YouTube link right here. And let's see if I can get one here. Well, I'm not going to waste our time there. You grab the YouTube link from the top of the YouTube video, and I'll just click on a video real quickly so you can see. It's this right here, right? And you paste it in wherever we were. And you can see there's a little image here, because it's going to pop that video right here on the page, and you can watch the video on the page. So that's just some custom cool stuff that you can do. Not everybody's going to need that. Just, we started with the basics, do the basics, get some of these cool things out in your business. But this is if you need something kind of unique, you got a certain story that you want to get out there. You got a lot of flexibility here, right? I'm going to save this and see what happens. So are there any questions? That's almost a full hour. I can't believe that.
Well, I'll just say, anybody else, please either unmute yourself or throw something in chat. But this is not the first time we've been on a call. We've probably done 10 of these in the last couple of years. And I wrote so many notes down. Like, this is the first time I've ever heard you say, it's so crazy. It's so powerful. Man, just get in there and click around. I love the get started, the training page. All those videos are self-paced, hop on, whatever Vince clicked on today. Every section, there's a video on it. So, break it down to one at a time. The daily, thing that Scott's going to do, or your weeklies, like those are live, or you just join a call. So, so much there. I can imagine it can be overwhelming. Some of our folks are new to us. So, this is recorded. I'll send it out to you guys. But so powerful, and so many crazy things you can do. Like, just take one of those things that you saw Vince do, and that went, and literally I went, wow, like, grab one of those wows and let's figure out how to put it to work. I got 5 wows, but let's grab one of them and do it this week or next. So
yeah, there's a lot under the hood. Our goal is to get your business to grow. That's really, because then our clients are psyched, they're using it, we're happy. You're going to be here forever. And that's what we really want to see. So
love it.
Thanks for joining me. Thanks for having me, Wayne. Let us know when we can help.
Awesome. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vince. Thanks everyone for joining. I will send out the recording probably this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning, for anybody that wants to rewatch it or missed it. So
good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vince. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Take care.